Hey guys, welcome to Jen Lowry Writes. Today we are starting our writing sprints in preparation for our NaNoWriMo. I was like, I want to get a boost in my word count prior to the 50,000. Because if you guys have been following me over on Twitch, we've been having daily discussions. You guys know I'm writing my thriller. This is something new for me. I'm actually writing and plotting this joker out all at the same time. And I'm learning a lot about my characters, about my antagonist. So super excited about everything that is going to be happening for this novel in July. But I can't wait. It's like, I know July 1st is coming, but I've got to keep going. I'm on this roll here. And of course, my Food Lion order is ready to pick up early. You heard it. Welcome to Live with Jen. Okay. So, I already started the live. They're just going to, I guess, have to wait a little bit because we're ready to write. So, if you are catching this, I'm so happy to have you here. I've got a lot going on today. This is my daily 3 o'clock show on Twitch, but tonight at 7 p.m., I'm actually hosting a webinar. So instead of having a private workshop that I've been hosting all summer, I've decided to make it a public workshop, and might as well, the more the merrier. So I hope you guys can come over on Twitch tonight at 7 p.m. because that's where I'm going to be. I'm Jen Lowry Writes at Twitch. So but I'm dual streaming right now because I still have some of my subscribers over on YouTube who are pretty much hanging out with me over on YouTube. The thing about doing the dual streams is that it splits the chat. So I'm going to try this with the writing sprint ones though. And then I do the daily hangouts at Twitch. That's easier for me. And I like it. So I'm going to go ahead and set my timer. In fact, let me put something in the comments. If you are catching me silent on the screen, that means I'm in the middle of a 17-minute writing sprint. Please stay tuned. My timer is set. We'll be back to chat together. Get writing. What are you working on? Drop it in the chat. Okay. All right. So that way I left that out there. Of course, I could have pre-planned all of that. But wow, this is our hangout time too. Okay. 17 minutes. I've read 4 chapters today of Silence of the Lambs because I'm getting up there. I'm now on chapter 3, so now I have to advance my reading. First, I was just doing first chapter, first and second chapter. Now I'm up to 4th chapter. I know it's an odd thing, what I'm doing, but it's working for me. And I'm investigating the top thrillers out there, thrillers that I've read before, ones that are just I'm catching now. Paper Ghost, I could say, is one of my favorite finds of the year. I absolutely love that book. So it pains me. It's like pains me not to keep reading. But I'm really trying to hold myself back because I'm trying to check beats. I'm trying to plot. And in order to do that, I want to try to investigate real time the books that I'm reading. So I'm about to set the timer, 17 minutes. I'm just keeping the timer on my phone. I'm not the fancy screen thing. That's not, no, can't figure any of that stuff out. You guys get me basic and simple. All right. So if I happen to be typing, I'm going to be away from the chat screen and I'll come back. So get to work. Let me know what you're working on. I'm glad to have you here. All right. It's on. Hey, Ann. Yeah, I'm sprinting. I left a message up on the chat. We have 11 minutes to go. You know, I love 17-minute sprints. I'm introducing the team right now. I'm in chapter 3. Sorry you didn't see the message, Anne. We have 6 more minutes in the sprint. You're not doing the interview at 4? We can talk about it in a few minutes. I'm going to start writing at 3. I just kind of come back over to check the screen a little bit. All right, there it was. Okay, so whew, let's see how many I got. How many did you get, Anne? When you can tell me about your interview. I had to stop and do some thinking of some new names. 612 is what I got in my first 17 minutes. I got to finish this one sentence. And then I just cut you off, Anne. I'm sorry you didn't see the message. Oh, okay. Yeah, as soon as I went live, I got my Food Line to Go order that said, okay, groceries are ready. And I was like, for real? I mean, I was on it a minute talking, and boom. I was like, well, they're going to have to wait. I scheduled it to pick it up between 5 and 6 because I have so much going on. I wanted to do writing sprints today. I've got the webinar at 7, and I still have to cook. We're having stuffed shells. You know, we always talk recipes here. Oh, guess what I'm getting for my birthday? It's not just banana pudding. So Eli sent me a recipe. My husband makes homemade cheesecakes. And he sent me a recipe for banana pudding cheesecake. So we're actually going to try a new recipe for my birthday this time. So I'm excited. So I added all of that stuff on the grocery list today. Yeah, I'll let you know what it tastes like. Solomon had a cheesecake. I had it ordered for his graduation party. He got like a bourbon pecan cheesecake, something like that, but it was the bomb. It was so good. But Eli's going to make it this time for me. So what chapter are you currently working on, Anne? I know that I reworked chapter 2 today, and I moved it. I moved it a lot. I worked on it this morning. I was just ready to write. Even though I'm scheduling the 3 o'clocks and doing these every day, if I just get that inkling to write and you see me get the note, like if you get the notification that I'm going live, it could be writing sprints or it could be a new development that I wanted to do separate. Okay, so you're at, you're doing some of the edits to 27 through 29 today. Good, Anne. Yeah, I finished up chapter 2 this morning, just redoing, reworking. I read 4 chapters of a book. You know, I'm doing the look insides. Now, I actually own the Silence of the Lambs. So, but I did 4 chapters of that. Okay, so you plotted 2 hours last night. Yeah. After getting all of that good learning off of AuthorTube. Thanks to Alexa Dawn. Good for you, Anne. That was a lot of plotting. Were you note-taking as you were writing, or were you just plotting separate? Well, if it shocks you, then it's going to shock your readers. If you didn't even see it coming. I know who my killer is after doing that third act plot. After doing that third act questioning technique in the notes, that really opened up who were my foils and who was my antagonist. So I already know my killer. I already know my foils. So that really, I think, gives me greater clarity as I move forward. And then I built some things yesterday, some templates, some author templates I shared out in the WWJs. I did a Jamboard specifically for the Save the Cat beats. And I'm going to be plotting it with that thriller beats. I found a really great resource. I'm going to send it to you. I'll send it to you right now into the that is a really good website that breaks it down and gives the details of each one of the beats in case you need the thriller beats again. You can refer to this one. It's a good blog. Well, all right. We've done some talking, shared a resource. You know what I'm ready to do now. So that's 17 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to say it right now. My timer is set to 17 minutes if you're just joining. We're in a writing sprint. I think it's important for me to say that because I know it probably looks crazy if somebody is trying to catch this live. Okay, Ann, I'll email it to you. In fact, I'll do it now so I don't forget. Because I have got a super busy day. Super busy day ahead of me. Okay. It's not. Okay. With me being in these things open, without opening it prior to, it's not wanting me to go there. I got away. Okay. I'm sending you an email right now, Ann. While I'm sending this, I did email them back about the being on that podcast. I thought it was, I'll go ahead and send it to Tish too. Okay. Send it to both of you so y'all could have it. Oh, there's Tish. Hey, Tish. I was over there emailing you right now, just sending you the beat sheet that I found. Ann wanted me to email it to her, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to send it to Tish. We're doing writing sprints. Are you working on anything today? We spoke your name out into the universe, and you appeared. I'm into chapter 3. I just finished my first round sprint, and I got over 600 words. So I'm ready to go. We're ready for the second one. Oh, Tish, relax, girl. Relax. Oh, I'm sorry, Tish. Praying for you, hon. I love you. Yeah, I hope you feel good soon. What, the 600 words in 17 minutes? Well, I was stopping to do some research. I'm building my investigative team. And so right now I'm thinking of my characters as I'm being introduced to them. Oh, yeah. That mess will do it, Tish. Take care of yourself. Just get some good rest. You still plugging away. So I don't know if you heard that I'm going to try to plot, and I actually worked some third act brainstorming notes down. I know that's also surprising. I've surprised you guys a lot this week. I did Nano, signed up for that. Now I'm trying to see about plotting this thriller. So I'm trying some new things, and I already kind of know all about it. So what I'm doing, you know, I'm a pantser though. And so I have not done any character profiles. So I'm thinking about my investigative team, and I want each one of them to have their own little quirks. I want them all to be, of course, lovely. They're all going to have each other's back. I'm just going to do spoiler alert right now. I am not going to have like the whole backstabbing team member or any kind of malice. It's going to be a well-gelled team. And I'm looking now at meeting each one of them in chapter 3. So she's got her position. She's going out into the bullpen, and she's headed over to their little corner spot in the office. And she met the first person who the boss called, well, you've got a real diva there. And she is so completely the opposite, even though she's well put together and beautiful and has pearls glued in on her fingernails and is very lovely. And she's actually has a beautiful soul and is so charming. And that's one. Her name is Jade. I just met her, and I was like, what's your name? That's what I was like saying to myself. I'm wondering what my facial expressions were when I was just meeting this character. I was like, oh, what's your name, Jade? Jade, that's your name. And so I just created that character. And so old Mike, the hammer, is there, and he's an elder with a very big bushy mustache. So I have an elder, Mike. His name's Mike. Like, it's such a strong Mike. You like Jade? I do too. Jade, it was just perfect for her. And the cat kind of gave her a quick rundown. And he pretty much tried to say, this is what you'll be working with. And he called Jade the diva. And she was like, let me guess. He said I was a diva. And oh, what is it, Anne? Tell us. We want to know. And so I just met Jade and Mike. And so I've got to meet one more. And I know it's a male, and I don't know who he is yet. I'd already talked about her previous team. Oh, good. That's good, Anne. I like it. Look at that one, Tish. Look at Anne. Yeah, that's really catchy, Anne. I say it's catchy. All right, let's get to typing, Anne. I got to meet the guy. I got to meet the next guy. And so you'll see me praying. Probably you'll be able to see it on my face as I'm meeting these new characters. I have no clue, Tish, and who they are. All right, 17 minutes. We're ready to go. All right, let's go, guys. Timed it up. Oh my gosh, I wrote I'm. I just met him and he said, I'm. He held out his hand to me. Oh my gosh, I'm. I don't know his name yet. Okay, that's the thing about the writing sprints. I have 17 minutes to get it all out. Let's see who he is. The suspense. Oh my gosh. How many words do I have in this chapter right now? After 2 17-minute sprints, I'm at 1354. 1354 is where I'm at now. I would love okay. Okay. So yeah, Tish said she loves when she meets her characters. I do too. I've been waiting to meet my team. I even talked about it with Eli last night, and I said, I told Eli, it's so hard for me because I know I want a dynamic, loving team. Watching The Mentalist truly proved to me that I could have a Cho, a Van Pelt, a Rigsby, a Jane, and a Lisbon that all had each other's back from the beginning. It was like the perfect team. And all of the characters perfectly meshed together. And so I'm like, how can I do this? How can I figure this out? And you know that I'm going to have a romantic subplot in here. I have to. It's just a part of who I am. So, Anne, you had to cut part of the chapter. Cut it, girl. I guess it was ready to go. So that's the thing. After you plotted for 2 hours, you might see where you don't need as something here or there. You might cut some things and you might add some little threads in, some little breadcrumbs in somewhere else. I would love to read you this part. Do you want to hear the part where she meets the next team member? I don't know his name yet. Oh, good. Okay, you tell me what you think, Anne. This is just a first draft now. I just wrote it. Okay, I'm going to read. Okay. Aren't we missing someone? I asked, pointing at the empty third desk. One was clearly Jade's. Potted plants and glitter stars were sticking out of the ceramic pots. She needed fairy lights and her desk would be complete. Mike was leaning up against his, neat and tidy, without an inch of disarray. Then there was a stack of mess on the other. Piles of papers, a paper bag left over from the Lacey's sub shop on the corner, and a large disposable coffee cup from Joe Machines. A voice came from 4 desks over, letting me know there wasn't much chance for a private conversation on the 3rd floor. He put his hand over the receiver and called, I'm almost done with this call. I'll be right over. He went back to talking, and my eyes lingered a little too long. He was tall. Heck, everyone was tall compared to my 5'4" frame. He had sandy blonde hair, fraying at the ends like the way a ribbon curls at the end of a pull of a scissor against it. It was this way and that, long over the ears. The disheveled look was his way, from desk to hair to untucked slim dress shirt that needed a good iron, looking as if he'd slept in it. He wore a pair of dark jeans that fit him well, maybe a little too well. I hadn't noticed a man in that much detail until it was time to describe a scene to a sketch artist for a class I had to take on criminology and profiling. Something about him made me notice every single thing. That scared me more than the promotion, more than knowing I might only last 6 months, or that I'd come against one of the most notorious serial killers in North Carolina history. That I could handle. The man approaching me, maybe not so much. He held out his hand to me, worn hands. He was raised on a farm, clearly. Weathered skin, a healthy glow to him. Muscles moved against the shirt. Okay, I just deleted that. So what did you think of that? And then it just says, I'm, and he didn't say his name. So now I've got to do another discovery to see who he is. I'm going to go look at images because now I know him clearly in my head. So now I've got to find some kind of actor, some kind of model, somebody that looks like my guy, because then I will Pinterest board them. I will use them as inspiration. So he's clearly in my head right now, so I can see him. I just don't know what his name is yet. So you did like it, Anne? Hopefully I set the stage enough so you could see it all in your head. That imagery. Good. Awesome. All right, we have reached our hour of sprinting. We got 2 sprints in. I know that there are different YouTubers, authors, yes, Ian, that sprint for up to, 4 hours, 5 hours. But the way that my life works, my kids are going to be saying, what's for dinner soon? And so I get the time in when I can. And 2 really good sprints got me almost to the end of that chapter. I hope you were productive, Anne, and got some writing time in. You made some good decisions. You added dialogue. You worked some cutting. And so definitely going to be writing more, maybe at unplanned times too. Because I don't know if I'm going to be able to go much longer without knowing who he is. He said, I'm. It's like I want to call him a name. In my head, I see it, but I don't want to use it because I used it in another book. I like to write 1 chapter a day. I like to work 1 chapter now that I'm doing this new strategy. Before, I could write 6 and 7 chapters a day last summer when I was on those tight deadlines. But I'm really trying to do a chapter a day. That's my goal anyway. And then start over the next day by reading the chapter before, cleaning anything up, and then heading back into the new chapter. That's what I did today. Finished up chapter 2, cleaned up chapter 2. Yeah, go do it, girl. You got it. And I've got to go pick up my groceries and cook. And then I'll be back at 7 o'clock tonight doing the webinar, Self-Publishing 101, where I will be sharing my screen and sharing what I've learned through the publishing process. So I hope that you share it out with all of your writing friends. Let everybody know to come back here on Twitch. I'm not having it a live event on YouTube because it would split the chat. So I'm only going to be doing the webinar on Twitch. I already sent it out to my Eventbrite attendees so they can join us there. And I just wanted to let you guys know I'll be sending the PDF file to anyone who does attend the live who happen not to get it. They can just email me and then I can send it out. Yes, that would be good if you're wanting to kind of do the beats, and yeah, just star that email. And I've got it saved. I've got that whole email saved into my plotting notes. I've got the link saved in there. Not only do I have like 3 YouTube videos, I found a medical examiner report guide. I found some serial killer documentaries that I watched today that are going to be like some really good inspirations for me. So I made sure that I saved them. And I just put them in there on my note-taking sheet. That's why I like this whole note-taking sheet now, because I've got me in one place, a one-stop shop to work, and I won't lose some good, valuable information. All right, it was good hanging out with you guys today, and I'll see you later. Bye.